the next generation version of iOS, set to be previewed at WWDC 2023. We're still months away from the June unveiling of the iOS 17 operating system, but we know a limited amount of information about the update because Apple is already working on the software. Unfortunately, iOS 17 will have fewer major changes than Apple had originally planned because Apple has needed to shift a lot of its focus to the AR/VR headset that is launching this year. According to rumors, Apple engineers have been focusing more on the headset and its xrOS operating system, giving less attention to iOS 17 and iPadOS 17. For that reason, we can expect fewer new features than we saw in iOS 16, which brought significant design and functionality updates. Let's have a look on iOS 17, every new feature we hope to see unveiled at WWDC. Before we start, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the bell icon to watch more videos like this. Support for the mixed reality headset. Apple's AR/VR headset will function on its own and will have its own app store, but there will likely be some level of integration between the headset and the iPhone, even if it's limited to handoff. All of Apple's products interact with one another in various ways, and so we are expecting new headset-related features in iOS 17. Call recording. This has to be one of the most demanded features by iPhone users. A feature that has served Android users for almost a decade is still a dream for iOS users to date. Apple might likely allow call recording with iOS 17. Improved notifications. Reading and managing notifications on iOS is messy, especially on the lock screen. It is far more convenient to access and manage them on Android. With iOS 17, it is expected that Apple will take some steps to improve this experience. Dual apps. App cloning is a very useful tool that allows users to create clones of applications such as WhatsApp so that they can access multiple accounts. Split screen. It is one of the most important features of multitasking. Being able to view two apps at once is a really handy productivity feature that lets you save time in repeatedly switching apps. Better Siri. Apple is working on a way to drop the "Hey" part of Siri's typical listen phrase, so it'll start listening to simply Siri. CarPlay updates. At the 2022 Worldwide Developers Conference, Apple provided a preview of a new CarPlay experience that has deeper integration with vehicles, allowing for car functions like volume and the radio to be controlled through CarPlay. Apple also plans to add widgets and support for multiple displays. The first vehicles with next-generation CarPlay integration are set to come in late 2023, which means that support will likely be built into iOS 17 or an iOS 17 update. Support for side loading and alternate app stores. European legislation requires Apple to allow for side loading starting in 2024, and Apple is planning to make changes starting in iOS 17. Customers in Europe may be able to download apps without using the App Store, with Apple forced to let people use alternate app stores. Developers would not need to pay Apple's 15 to 30% fees for apps that customers install using alternate means, but Apple still plans to collect a fee. To start with, the side-loading changes will be limited to customers in the European Union, but as other countries pass legislation similar to the Digital Markets Act in Europe, Apple could expand the functionality. The major changes that have to be made to implement side-loading support could potentially impact development on iOS 17 because of the engineering resources required. iOS 17 release date. iOS 17 will be previewed at the Worldwide Developers Conference in June 2023. After WWDC, iOS 17 will be made available to developers for testing purposes, with a public beta likely to come out sometime in July. Following the beta testing period, iOS 17 will see a launch in September 2023 alongside new iPhones. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the bell icon to watch more videos like this.